This is the first game in a trilogy of sci-fi RPGs, sci-fi JRPGs. All three of them have a subtitle based on a work from Friedrich Nietzsche. Episode 1 was De Wille zur Macht, which translates to The Will to Power. It was Nietzsche's dive into the human experience and his philosophy on the idea that some people have the will to assume power, and that the rest of us are just here to be little nothings in the grand scheme of the world. And as a result, and so that is it's a very famous seminal work in that sort of philosophical period, and is a well-known book and is the subtitle to episode 1. Episode 2 has the subtitle Jenseits von Gut und Böse, which is Between Good and Evil, which is another of Nietzsche's work. And then the third one is Also sprach Zarathustra, So said Zarathustra. And so those are the three games. So we'll maybe be playing through all three of them. Maybe we won't. I don't know. I just want to... I never played the other two, really. Like, at all. In fact, getting a physical copy of Xenosaga Episode 3 was functionally impossible. They did not print many of them. It's quite challenging to get your hands on an actual copy of Xenosaga Episode 3. But I own 1 and 2. So maybe we'll play through the whole trilogy. Maybe we won't. I don't know. Have not decided yet. But today, we're going to start with Xenosaga Episode 1. A couple of things to note about the game. It is a sci-fi JRPG, which means that it's going to be doing a lot of stuff that sci-fi games do. There's going to be a lot of technobabble. There's going to be a lot of things that are going to throw a lot of proper nouns at you very quickly. Right at the start of the game. The visual design is going to be extremely different than what you have seen from the Final Fantasy games so far. It's also... you deal with the fact that it's like sci-fi techno words translated from Japanese. It was originally a Japanese game. It's just going to be a little bit interesting. Another thing to note, game does have pretty long cutscenes. There's something we're going to... but it also has full voice acting, but it's got some pretty long cutscenes. Some of which are going to, they're not as long as like some games. Like some people will sit here on Twitch and play shit like Persona 5 and Shin Megami Tensei games, and with their like hour-long cutscenes, or like 2.5 hours into like Persona 5, and you've done nothing but like talk to people, and you've literally not controlled your character for more than 5 seconds at a time. That kind of thing does not appear here, but it is going to be pretty... There's going to be quite a bit of story to the game. There's some lots of character driven stuff, but it's and I've only gotten about maybe a third, I think, depending. I'm not really sure. I think I got about a third-ish of the way through the game in my longest playthrough. So much like Final Fantasy IX, my knowledge of the game is going to be pretty strong at the beginning, and then it's going to start falling off pretty quick. So but that's what we're here for. We're here to see me start off games very confidently and then immediately fall off a cliff. That's what we're here for. So without any further ado, let me change the main view screen over. Da-da-da-da. Okay. So let me just... There's no music in this menu, but I want to just make sure that like the sound effects come through. All right, we might be able to play around with some audio in a couple of different ways. So we're gonna try something like this. So we're gonna hit new game. This is quiet, yeah. It's just the blinging sound effect. So we'll see how the actual like dialogue and stuff comes in. I have some options for modifying audio. So here we go. We're gonna hit new game. We're greeted immediately by an opening cutscene. It looks nice. So this was on the PS2, so this was a couple of years after Final Fantasy IX, which is the other game that we're playing right now, and so will be your reference point. This game came out a few years after that. I don't know the exact dates.
ground there is hard, so be careful when you dig.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Masuda!
Dr. Masuda, Junichi Masuda, Pokemon fame.
Did you find something?
Yeah, we followed the corridor from the lakeside. It matches the location described in the
That must
research
be it.
paper.
Good. Show us where it is.
Jesus, let the man finish speaking. No need to cut him off like that.
It's different from the others.
I knew it!
It's over there.
It does, right? Everyone in button-up shirts and khakis. Be quite a thing to find it in a
This must be...
archaeological excavation. Oh. The "You Done Fucked Up" music just started playing. So much camera shake. We're now in a J.J. Abrams movie. Time to leave. But Jesus, just about killed several. That is unnecessary. Imagine if everyone, like, every time there was a minor earthquake, everyone just started, like, driving like psychos. I mean, I guess they kind of do. Incredible that, like, despite the implication that that would have been under the water for like thousands of years, that the like shoreline erosion did not make it so it's like it still lines up perfectly with the shoreline, right? It isn't like way out in the ocean with like not connecting to the shore at all. It's like still perfectly in line with the shore. Also, nothing was growing on it. Correct. Oh. Some kind of beacon, maybe? It not connected to the shore would have been absolutely hilarious. There's all this, like, pomp and circumstance, this big machine rising from the water that's supposed to be, like a gangway out to the middle of the water, but it's like a half a mile out there. That would be incredible. 4,000 years later. This is a Namco game, by the way. Before it was Namco Bandai. This was Namco before they were Namco Bandai. Xenosaga, Episode 1, Der Wille zur Macht. Just flat text on screen, no drop shadows, no beveling. Camera angle Tascadu. Very Evangelion. Truth.
Commencing startup experiment. Open up an interconnection.
Roger. Opening interconnection. Connecting with dummy protocol.
A-line protocol zone secured.
Opening cage partition. 60 seconds to release.
Techno
Beginning
jargon.
57, 56, 55, 54, 53, 52, 51.
My man, just out there. No, like, just in a spacesuit and some, like, directional thrusters. Oh.
All monitors clear.
3, 2, 1. Partition open. Proceeding with Cosmos body formation.
Body formation complete. Commencing Penfield mapping.
Proceeding with Encephalon construction.
I am absolutely, by the way, a mark for all this, like, techno babble. Like, I am the person this was made for.
Encephalon construction complete.
There's noise appearing in the temporal lobe.
What's the problem?
It's on the left side of the temporal lobe. I'm showing slight stimulation of the synapses in section 818. It's within permissible bounds, though. Do you want to abort?
No. Let's keep going. Just stick to the menu. I'll try for a direct approach. Back me up.
Roger. Launching Nataraja connection system.
Nataraja. All right, no touchy the thing this time. Ye shall be
Password
as
accepted.
gods.
Commencing Nataraja boot up sequence.
No indication of happening to the individual in the EVA suit. It's true.
Alan, there seems to be a problem with the visual field connection.
Ah, I see a small break in the MT field, route K12. It looks like the bi-directional link in the V4 field is lagged too. Hold on a minute. I'll fix it now. How is it now, Chief?
Okay. Looks good. Let's keep going.
Roger. Proceeding with Cosmos host separation.
And we have Cosmos.
Morning, Cosmos. How do you feel?
Good morning, Xian. All systems are normal.
Well, how about introducing yourself?
The most anime android that has ever been an anime android.
Serial number 0000000001. Development name KPX. Abbreviated name Cosmos. As I am currently configured for simulated battle, my output is limited to 22% of its normal capacity. My estimated weapons specifications are...
All right, that's good enough. Thanks.
You are welcome.
All I have for you today are the usual startup tests. Sorry to wake you up just for that. You'll have to go back to sleep once everything's checked out.
I see.
Do you feel sad or anything?
A predetermined set of emotions has been hard-coded into my emotion module to better facilitate interactions with humans. In order to better facilitate a relationship with you, Chief Engineer Shion Uzuki of the Cosmos Project, Vector Industries' first R&D division, I will emit an expression such as sadness only
Armor
when
that looks like abs.
response
I love
is
that
deemed
she's like got
necessary.
2 boots that are of
However,
different heights.
The emotion module of my program has determined that
But
this
like
is not necessary
on her
at
left
this
leg,
time.
she's got a garter belt to like match the height that the other boot would have come up to.
Yes, you're right.
Like it's just for aesthetics.
I, of all people, should know that.
Your understanding is appreciated.
But
You know, the
know,
aesthetics of your
Cosmos,
battle android are very important.
I've got mixed feelings about all this. Of course, I'm happy that you're awake, but the fact that you'll go back to sleep makes me a bit sad. On the other hand, the next time you wake up, it may be a time of much bloodshed.
That's what we call foreshadowing.
So deep down inside, I hope that day never comes. Understand?
The algorithms I have been programmed with do not support the comprehension of illogical human thought.
Get rotated, idiot.
Well,
You're being illogical.
I hope you'll be able to understand someday.
I will do my best.
All right, Cosmos, shall we get started? Alan, let's pick up from process 277 where we last left off.
Roger. Placing target drones in the encephalon. The drones are set to random movement and enemy ambush. How about a test run before the mission, Chief?
Sure, let's do that. Did you get that, Cosmos?
Affirmative.
All right. So, quick tutorial here. They're going to tutorialize the battle system. But I'm not going to go through any of that because I already know how the battle works. I will also, of course, talk about the battle system as we go through it here. Actually, researchers, people spend time with the robot and then are asked by the robot not to shoot them out. People will actually hesitate. Well, I don't think, did you ever play Portal? Did you ever play the Portal game? The original Portal game had a device called the companion cube, and the companion cube never did anything. It just had some hearts on it. But one of the characters in the game talked about how, like, repeatedly talked to you about how it's not real. It has no voice. It does not do anything. But like at the end of like the level that you're supposed to carry this thing through, you are asked to kill it. Basically, you're asked to throw it in an infernal, in like a waste disposal furnace. And people really hate that. They hate throwing that thing down in there. All right, so here's the first combat. Here's the idea is that up at the top, you can see our characters. They have their stats, their hit points, their EP, which are effectively like magic points. And then on the bottom right, you can see there's a list of who's going in what order. Starting on the left, we have Shion, who's going to be followed by Cosmos, who's going to be followed by one of the enemies. As we sort of flick across the enemies, we can see, as I flick onto this one, the B in the bottom right there pops up. So you can see this is the guy that's going to go in that third spot, right? Now, that being said, you can now see in the bottom left, we have a set of options. What happens here is that there are 2 layers of options. If I press one of the combat abilities, she will take that action, and then I will get another set of abilities. She has a set of AP up in the top left. You can see 4 of those 6 dots are lit up. If I take one of these actions, for instance, if I hit triangle for Firecracker, she will shoot the ability, and that will have used 2 of her AP. If I now end the turn, she will carry those 2 AP over into next turn, and then she will gain 4 at the start of the turn, which means she will have 6. If you have 6 abilities, you can launch a higher level tech attack, which is mostly how these games are going to go. For a lot of these battles, the idea is going to be build up AP in the first round, launch a big tech attack in the second round, rinse and repeat, at least for about half the game. give or take. Then Cosmos is going to make an attack. It's going to do functionally the same thing. She's going to end her turn. That guy's going to die. Nice dodge. All right, now we're going to go in. I'm going to go Knuckle. I'm going to go Power Kick. And then Lightning Blast. This is that big tech attack that we have access to because we saved up AP from the previous turn. The battle system is not particularly complicated, but it's also not particularly bad either. That did not actually kill the thing. It's very unfortunate for me. So we're just going to use this ability. This is tech attack does not require us to go through the combat tree. Yeah, Cosmos is a battle android. She's terrifying. Don't screw with Cosmos. Nice block. And then we're just going to go through some attacks here. So, every character in the game has basically, what is it? What's that equal out to? Six different attacks, right? Because they've got 2 at the beginning. Each one opens up a set of 2 sub options, and then they have the tech attacks that they can launch if they have high AP.
All processes to 300 cleared.
Chief, the data transfer is going smoothly. The A-line protocol is looking good.
It sure is. The response levels are really good.
If we can maintain these levels, we'll have some great results soon.
Yeah.
Chief?
Hey, Alan. Let's skip all 300 level processes and start from 400.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
400? Chief, but that's...
I feel pretty confident this time.
But, Chief... Remember what happened last time?
Ominous last time.
Had we waited 10 more seconds to intervene, we wouldn't have been able to get you back at all. Can't we at least test it out in objective mode?
You know we can't get precise data that way. I'll be fine. If something happens, I'll get myself out. Besides, you want to test it out as well, don't you? We spent all night building the native A-line protocol.
Well, yeah, but...
That settles it. Let's get started.
All right, then. But if anything happens, I'm gonna shut it down from here. So don't press your luck.
All right, all right.
And don't deviate from the program.
Okay, Mom.
She's sassy.
This is so typical of her. Will she ever stop to think about the hell I go through for her?
You know, sir, the way you worry about Chief Uzuki all the time. I'm surprised you haven't keeled over already.
Hey, that's enough. Is the 400 level program ready to go?
We're ready to go anytime.
So not scientific.
Then start up the program. I want detailed reports from every monitoring station. Any abnormalities, and I'm shutting down immediately.
It is very engineering, though, I have to say. As somebody who spent a soupçon of time as an engineering major, it's pretty up there for engineers to be like, who needs to go through that testing level? Let's just frickin' throw it into production. Who needs to run it in a test environment? Put it in production right now. Place imaginary space constructed within the network. It's modeled off some ruins from early 2000 AD. Your mission is to fight the main target within the dilapidated building. The target is marked with a red vector box. There are objects in here that can be detonated. Some are effective if you set them off near the enemy. Use them to your advantage. Now then, let's start the mission. Understood. All right, let's start the mission. Mission starto! All right, unlike Final Fantasy, this game does not use a random encounter system. Enemies walk around on the map actively. You can engage them or avoid them to your best of your ability. You can make that choice as you wish. Entering a new map and walking back out of that map into this one will reset the enemies. If I were to kill all the enemies in this map, walk into the next room and walk back, the enemies will respawn. This is how you can grind. This game will require a little bit of grinding, much like you know, much like the Final Fantasies, just like most JRPGs of its day, this game will require some amount of grinding. It will require a soupçon of grinding. Now, I'm going to try and get this guy to stand over here, because these objects, these like cylinders, are detonatable. Much like how you saw me destroy the little dilapidated truck over here, I am equipped with a device that can just sort of evaporate certain things on the map. Why exactly I don't use that in combat is a great question that I believe the game technically tries to answer. Listen, I like the word soupçon, alright? I'm just gonna engage this outright. Alright. We are going to go through this a smarter way this time. Nice crit. You should be dead. Take 11 damage. Okay. I'm not going to hit you. I'm in fact going to go this way. So the different abilities, anything on triangle tends to be like a ranged attack. It also tends to use like your magic attack stat. And anything on the square button, it tends to be a physical attack and tends to use your physical attack spot. This is not necessarily true of everyone, but it is generally true. So like square is punch, that's going to be a physical one, and then triangle is blaster. Not only is square punch, but it also will close Cosmos in with the enemy. And then the next set of abilities that come off of punch are both going to be close range abilities, even if one of them is sort of a techie ability. So we're just going to go blaster, blaster, and arc cannon to show off our arc cannon ability. I'm going to show off all of their basic abilities throughout the course of this opening mission, just so that I can show off all the cool animations and stuff like that. There are reasons to choose certain attacks over others, but by and large, for most reasons, you don't have to worry about that. You're just trying to like build up AP in some moments and then spend that AP in other moments. That's sort of the main decision making in the game. So here, it's going to tutorialize slightly. If there are two more objects, you can use the L1 or R1 buttons to select and shoot. Right now, both the door and the barrel are within my sort of range, so I can target them separately and decide which one I want to blow up. So the first one I'm going to blow up is the barrel, which will detonate it, which will cause an effect, and then I will blow up the door to go in and begin the battle. So, as you can see on the right there, it says Field Stop, Battle +1 Boost. By hitting an enemy with that explosive fire barrel, their model stops, which means they won't chase me. So if I want to get away from them, I can do that. And then in battle, I gain +1 boost. Up in the character menus, up in the top left, you can see the bottom is BG. And both of them now have a 1 on there. BG is boost, how many boosts they have. BG for boost gauge. So what does boost mean? Boost means that I can take a character that does not currently have a turn slated on the turn menu down at the bottom right, and I can force them to take their turn, like to jump in line and take their turn next. In this way, I can chain my characters having turns together. Boost is very important, and we will be, wherever possible, trying to catch enemies in those fire barrels that are placed around the sort of combat zones. So for instance, I'm gonna hit Knuckle here, just so that she punch this guy. And now, with her out of the way, I'm going to hold R1 and hit square. She's going to pop boost. She will now go next, even though she's not technically on the turn order at all. She would go next. So now we're going to punch. And you know what? Let's do this. He's going to die. And now I will set Cosmos to go next. And then I'm going to, let's see. Boom. Boom. And Lightning Blast. And for Cosmos, show off for different attack animations.
The enemies have been exterminated.
At the end of the battle, as with most JRPGs, I get experience points. I also get different ability points. Your Your characters, there are multiple different systems for character development and growth throughout the course of the game. We won't really touch on too much of that here in the early part of the game, but later on it will be very important. There are different points that our characters earn throughout these battles, and they can spend those points in order to...
Do you really think this is a good idea?
They can spend those points to develop in different ways, is really the sort of main point here. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot you, and then end my turn. And then Xion will have be able to use a tech attack next turn. So we're gonna go Firecracker, Cherry Bomb, and Spell Ray. And then we're just gonna... You get to do a lot in a single turn. Well, it can depend. Sometimes I will do almost nothing in a single turn, and sometimes I will do a lot. You sort of trade back and forth. Oftentimes, especially here in the early part of the game, where I'm going to, have to spend a turn trying to develop my AP gauge, and then I will spend another turn spending all of that buildup. Nice miss. Wow. Alright, we're gonna have to heal Xion here real quick. Probably after the battle, though. There are also other sub-menus that are available. There are battle positions in this game, I do believe. Yeah, there's battle positions, so you can move. There's AGWS, which we will get to in a minute. The AGS units. Guard, if I just want to protect for a turn. That only spends 1 AP. So if you actually guard for 2 turns in a row, you can also have a full AP gauge the third turn. I can move, so I can change my battle position. I can use items. And I can use ethers, which are like basically the magic abilities in this game. So I have additional ability. Whoops. Yeah, I have additional abilities that I can use if I want to. In this case, I just want to use her big chain gun.
My external appearance is...
Alright. No items. So let's go into ethers for Xion. I believe Xion has a healing ability that she can activate at will. It does cost her EP, but that's fine. So yeah, as you can see, like I can go into tech attacks. I can use T-points, so I can actually set different. My characters will learn different tech moves as the game moves on, and I can swap them out. Right? So again, sometimes it will be important for me, like, especially if I've got like 6 different tech attacks, my ability to like, where I'm gonna slot them in is really important. So if I put one on specifically this one, where it was, square, triangle, and that one has like, if I specifically put Lightning Blast on this one, and I've changed these out to other ones, right? In this case, if I do Lightning Blast on this one, then I can, what am I trying to say? If I specifically am against an enemy who's weak to lightning, then I will want to make sure that I use this specific tech attack as often as possible. That's the sort of idea here. Then we have the T-points menu, where, like, for instance, I can take a look at Spell Ray here, and I've got 18 points. I can spend it on weight, and that actually upgrades weight to A1 instead of A2. Basically, it just means that every time she uses Spell Ray, she won't have to wait as long for her next turn to come around, right? And we can do this for all of our characters. I can say, like, for Arcanon, upgrade that. There we go. Okay? That's one way the characters evolve, by changing and upgrading their tech attacks. Then there are skills, which are actually quite similar to the Final Fantasy IX system in that the skills actually come from items. Specifically, they come from accessories, and then your character needs to develop enough skill points to permanently extract the skill from that piece of equipment. Very similar to the way that Final Fantasy IX did it. And then once you've extracted your skills, they will be in a set menu, and then you can set up to 3 of them at a time. That's the skills ability. And then you can actually directly upgrade your character. You can use the T points that you get to directly upgrade your character's stats. So you can use those T points to either upgrade their tech attacks, you know, to continuously gain more power or more abilities to those tech attacks, or you can use those same points to increase their stats directly. Under Ether, you actually see that there's use E points. There are also Ether points that you can get. There is a whole tree of these Ether attacks, which I can't actually scroll through the tree, but there's a whole, for each character has their own full tree of Ether abilities, and as you gain E points, you can spend them to either transfer them to actually send these Ether skills to other characters, so you can like help load out specific characters with, you know, unique combinations of skills, or you can evolve them to move them further down the tree and unlock more stuff. So there's like several different systems happening simultaneously for character advancement. There's lots of different ways to, you know, increase your character's abilities, skills, and so on and so forth. And here, I'm just sort of showing that off.
Okay, here we go.
He actually, okay, I'll show that off. The characters in the world will actually follow you. They will, you know, if they want to fight you, they will come find you. Nice. Could I be dead?
Charging our blades.
Yeah, Cosmos is scary. Get wrecked, fool.
All systems clear.
Won't open from this side. Now you can see there's a shiny thing in there. We're gonna have to get in there, but we can't from here. Now, that guy that was walking here that saw us, if he was over here, we could have used this barrel to blast him, but he was not there, and we were not there, so we could not use the barrel. However, if we walk down, thing in our way. I'm gonna come down here. Look at that. Got a revive. Very nice. Basically a phoenix down. Now if I come back up in here though, this guy will be back, as will all the destructible items. So now, because I'm on this side of him, I can like get him to run towards me, catch him in the trap, and then engage him.
Do you really think this is a good idea?
And this means that I now have boost. Gonna set her boost right now. And then we're gonna set Cosmos's boost, and now we're gonna go ahead and just kill the bad guys, and they're never gonna get a shot off on us. Now you actually see, Shion actually got another boost from using her abilities. Her boost was filled back up again. So if I needed to, I could pop another boost and keep this chain going. It is possible to keep this chain going for quite a while before your enemies get a shot, if you start off with boost and, like, you know, get lucky on the rolls at the bottom. On the bottom right, there's like a slot machine like roll that keeps rolling through. It rolls. It's not random, so it's not really like a slot machine, but it rolls through a set amount of a set series of 4 options. It rolls through a set series of like 4 options, and one of those options is high boost, right? So you gain more boost for the stuff you do that turn. So if you get really good and land on those high boost sections while you're trying to chain together attacks, then you can, you know, really keep those boost chains going. Well, all right then.
All battle systems are go.
All right, so here we're going to tutorialize the AGWS system. This is doing this on its own. I have no control over this. So these are the AGWSs I was talking about, the AG systems. They are mechas. Turns out it's also a mecha game. On top of everything else, it is also a mecha game. So, what did we just do? We got in our AGWS system, our AGS unit. That is a giant mech that we can pilot. Shion, our main character, is, on top of everything else, what's the word? What am I trying to say? An accomplished AGS pilot. She has many things. One of them is an accomplished AGS pilot. And so she can fight inside of one of these things. So it works it works similarly to the way that our other combat works, except they've got some different options here. W-Act, if they've got two of the same weapons in each hand, you notice that the AGS unit can equip a different weapon in each hand. If it's got the same weapon in both hands, you can use W-Act. It uses all 6 of your AP, but both weapons fire simultaneously, deal a lot of damage. Items, the items there, but it cannot be used while piloting the AGWS. The move works just like anything else. You can exit the AGWS with the option, or you can hit guard just like anything else. Also, there's no way to heal AGWSs in battle, so if your AGWS unit hits 0, it's trashed and you have to go find another way to heal it. So, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use my sword attack. That just slides across the ground. Gotta love that. Nice miss. Alright, and then Cosmos is just going to finish it off.
The enemies have been exterminated.
Easy W.
Status check.
I don't see anything unusual. All systems are stable. It's looking good. This ought to make up for last month.
I sure hope so. Cosmos has reached the checkpoint. Entering process 431.
Replacing targets with Type G drones. Commencing display.
I'm changing out the enemies that we're fighting. Key to sound, so only respond to make a loud noise. You can move quietly if you hold down the R2 button while moving. The thing behind you is a save point. So yeah, these are save points. You cannot just save anywhere in the game, much like it's very similar to the Final Fantasy concept. Boom. Okay. You can only save at these things. I believe... I don't remember if they automatically reset... that's something I'll have to double check. I don't remember if they automatically reset your health. Oh, hold on. No, I gotta go up one. No, this is correct. This is the correct way to go. I don't remember if they automatically heal you to full. I have to remember. Like, part of my brain says yes, they do, and part of my brain says no, they don't, and I don't remember. So we'll have to find that out as we go. Sometimes enemies can be in boxes. And when you pop a box, they will pop out at you. So these guys are going to be harder than the, like, humans we were fighting. They're going to be much hardier. And they're going to hit harder. Ouch. Alright. I'm actually not convinced this is just going to kill it, even though it's already been hit twice. Oh yeah, no, that thing's dead. Okay, never mind. Now we got extra points for it, so that's nice. I rather like the combat system in this game. It is a little basic. I will admit that it's a little bit basic, but it can be used for some interesting things, especially much later on in the game when you have access to lots of different tech attacks, and all sorts of other sorts of stuff. The game does get a bit more complicated later. You know, new tech attacks, new ether abilities, segment address number 10. We'll get back to that later. We'll get back to what that crazy red door is in a minute. But it's nothing we can take care, nothing we can worry about now. I should double check now. 73 out of 107. Should double check to see if this actually does what I think it does. Items never respawn out of like destroyable containers, by the way. So if you've already, no, it does not heal you. I could not remember. I was not sure. So if you come back through an area, you don't ever need to destroy the same stuff unless it's like blocking your path. But like items never respawn indestructible containers. Ta-da! We got the mission key. So now the hidden door downstairs. So yeah, that's the thing. We caused a big boom by blowing up the thing. The enemy behind the wall like reacted to that and started coming, you know, started running at us, but there was a door in the way, so there's nothing they could do. Get it? Oh, I think I just got it.
Target locked on. Commencing combat mode.
Yeah, I did just get it. All right. So you'll notice these guys are airborne. They're flyers, which means that my square button, the knuckle, you might hear the it's happening. I can't hit that button. I cannot hit square to like run up and hit them. I have to use my ranged. I'm gonna actually cherry bomb you because I'm on a high critical turn. So I'm gonna just make sure to kill you outright. Oh, you're already dead. Oh yeah, I also had all the boosts I forgot about, but... Ether packs... So yeah, you can endlessly grind up enemies by going into and out of rooms. All these enemies will continually respawn forever.
Your orders, Xion?
Oof, this is gonna be a heck of a fight. Do you have Cosmos' turn? Nah. Damn. Cosmos is going to be on the blank spot, and then Xion's going to be on the high critical, which is actually pretty... Well, it's not going to be great. Might be necessary to get an actual kill here. We'll see. Probably not, though. Oh, and again, it might. Got the high critical. Alright, it's dead. But I think we needed the critical for that. She's gonna take another good hit. She can take one more and live as long as it's not a crit. Alright, thankfully that one's going on Cosmos, who defended it. Nice. Cosmos is gonna go on the high critical, which is not gonna be necessary for her, but she's gonna get this kill anyway. And then we are on boost up, which is not going to be super important, but I don't think she can get a kill either way, so I think I'm just going to hit and go. No critical! No critical! That's really close, though. Unfortunately, we're not on any good spots, but it doesn't really matter. You'll notice Cosmos deals a lot more damage than Xion does. You know, Cosmos is the powerhouse. She's out here to hit things really hard. That's her whole job. Alright, we're gonna go heal. Actually, I think... Is there an item that I can use? Well, if there is, I don't own one. gonna go back to the heal. I'm gonna go back to the sorry, not the heal, to the save point. We're gonna pop some abilities to heal up after that very difficult fight, and we're gonna go through and we're gonna run through that room one more time just for a little bit more experience, and then we're probably gonna go into the next room. Oh, I completely forgot about tricking that encounter. My brain was not in the right place for that one. I had like turned my brain off for just a second and it was like the wrong second. And yeah, you can just kill these things outright.
The enemies have been exterminated.
One thing you can use boost for, so one of those four, so as I said, there's like every turn that sort of slot reel in the bottom right. Hold on. My like audio readout is going crazy. Has this game been like super loud this whole time? My audio readout's like going crazy. That's weird. What was I trying to say? I had a thought and then I noticed that and I'm like, now my brain is like turned off. Oh yeah, the slot in the bottom right there. One of the 4 slots that you can land on is boosts, point boosts, right? And if you kill an enemy while that slot is up, then you like if you kill an enemy while that sort of slot segment is showing, you gain more of the like EP, like ether points that they give. You gain more of the like tech points that they give or the skill points that they give. So it's generally better to try and like finagle it so is that you kill as many characters or as many enemies on that spot as possible. And that's what one of the things that boost can be beneficial for, is to help you play with those slot positions. Fortunately, there's nothing I can really do about that. Oh, crit. Okay, you'll be able to kill that with 1. Oh, you didn't actually kill it. No. I wasn't looking at the actual numbers. Shit, that was very annoying. Would have been a very nice thing. That would have been a very nice kill to get. It would have been a very nice turn to get a kill. Damn. Now you're on this. Well, we gotta try it. Got the high critical. We've hit him for about 38. This hits him for like 50 something. I think we're good. That should be enough. Now look, nope, he's gonna take that spot. Damn. Me not counting and looking at the wrong numbers cost me some points there. And an extra hit.
Great. I collected some good data.
But yeah, that's the kind of thing that can happen. I'm actually gonna go out and I'm gonna try and get into like a couple more fights.
Get out of my way, or else.
Is there a chance you can kill him? Oh yeah, easy.
My external appearance is down 5. Your orders?
Some of the battle voice lines don't make any sense. What does that mean? What do you mean by that?
The enemies have been exterminated.
That's like the one Shion said at the end of the last battle. My brain is not functioning right now. What was said? What's the full line for my external? Am I? That's a what's the word I want for that? That's a fan servicey line. She says my external appearance is down 5%. Shion, I need to be cleaned. It's very fan servicey.
Target locked on. Commencing combat.
Pop there, here. Let's go here. And okay, she's absolutely gonna be able to get a kill. Well, we should actually be able to get another boost off here. We might actually be able to get out of this one without taking any damage. Yeah, because we got another boost coming. I'm unconvinced if she can get another kill with it, though. We'll have to see. Yeah, she's gonna have to do 51 damage in one go. That seems unlikely.
Charging our blade.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. Yeah, so the game contains what I would deem a acceptable amount of fan service, which is to say that it's there, but it doesn't make itself too well known. Oh, what a camera angle. Put me right inside the enemy.
Great. I collected some.
I don't like to play games that are too fan servicey, although I do appreciate a good bit of fan service here and there.
Do you really think this is a good idea?
Oof. This is an ugly fight that started me in an ugly place with a not great setup. Can you get this kill? If you can get this, that's gonna be hit hard. That might not be enough. Nope, it was off by like 2. Damn. That's gonna set us up very poorly for the rest of this fight. Oh, don't crit. Damn. Saying, do you really think this is such a good idea in the middle of a training? Oh, I see. Right. Yeah. You're not wrong. You are not wrong. It does not make a ton of sense. Oof, yuck. Yeah, we're just gonna have you. We'll save your thing for next turn. You had all 6, but we're gonna save it for next turn. I see what you're talking about. Yeah. Some of the. I mean, the thing is, I only recorded like one set of like battle dialogue lines, like start and end lines. So, just kind of is what it is. My preferred way this next turn will bang out is if they go and take a shot and then Cosmos gets to go. Nice, that's perfect. That banged out perfect. Times 4, okay.
All systems.
So for that kill, we got 4 times the points that we would normally get. We would need to go through, like, 3 more of those fights in order to get a level. Worth it? Might be worth it to get 1 more level out of it. Also, we can spend our E points. So let's evolve this, and we can evolve it to analyze or goodbye. Now, it tells us what the target is. Like in this, like we can say like acquire new ether skill, goodbye, ally. So it tells us the name of the ability and the target of the ability, but not what it does until we actually evolve it. So analyze works on 1 enemy, goodbye works on 1 ally. Well, I'm gonna grab analyze. And it says analyze items and HP. So in this case, it will show us what HP they have, also what items they can drop, I think. Not really sure. But yeah. So set, and I gotta remember to set these, because you can only have 12 points worth of abilities. This is, again, very similar to the Final Fantasy IX system, wherein, like, once you have access to the skill, you still need to set it, because you can't use every skill that you've ever seen all at the same time. So now, Cosmos's first ability is called Mode A7, which focuses her physical attack, and it requires 100 points before you can evolve it, so actually there's nothing we can do for her right now. We can look at tech attacks real quick, use T points. Let's upgrade. Let's just get everything's weight knocked down to 0. That way there's no, we don't have to worry about losing turns. Don't have to worry about losing turns when using these tech attacks. And we don't have any skills to worry about, although maybe we've got a few usable TP. Yeah, like we can up her vitality. That'll give her more hit points. Or maybe it just increases her defense. I'm not really sure. But yeah, so that'll up that. And then for Cosmos, are there any points that we can use for you? No. Okay. Good. So every so often, you just you know, pop into that screen. Oh, are you faster than me? You're faster than me.
Let's go.
Yeah. So yeah, every so often as you gain the points, you just want to pop into that screen.
My external appearance.
Yeah, in this door and then back out. Got him.
Get out of my way.
While I'm in the animation for like... Okay, hold on. We can make this work. While I'm in the animation for like blowing things up, I can't be like caught by a battle. Oh, do I actually need you to... Well, I don't necessarily need you to guard right now. I'm gonna need Shion to guard though, that's for sure. There we go, now kill the thing. There we go, double points for that one.
My external appearance.
Alright, one more fight, one more of the big fights down the stairs and we'll be up another level and we can go into the boss.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, here we go. Alright. A crit on that one, but I also robbed them of the crit square, that's fine. Nice miss. Miss again? Nah. That's fine. Cosmos can take a few hits. Cosmos is going to be on the high crit square. Probably not going to matter because I say that. Yeah, okay. Not going to matter. I'd love to be able to boost you, but that's not going to happen. There is no active, by the way, different from Final Fantasy, there is no active combat system. It's entirely fully turn-based, not the like partial turn-based that the Final Fantasy games eventually started going down the road of. It is fully, wow, how does that not get a kill? It is fully turn-based. See, I had a boost, so I stole a turn there. Yeah, this will give you a boost. Maybe? Oh, maybe it won't. Ah, that effect doesn't actually add to her boost gauge. That's good to know. Yes, I don't have to, I mean, again, with the Final Fantasy IX active combat system, as soon as I entered any of those sub-menus, the time technically stops. Which means I can, like, take a breather and go, okay, what do I want to do here? But if you're just, like, on the main, like, attack, magic, item screen, right, then you really have to be thinking, like, you need to be, moving into one of those sub-menus quickly. Did we not go up a level? We sure didn't. Huh. I was quite under the impression that that would put us up a level. Well, I guess we'll have to do one more fight. Now they're not kidding when they say these things don't react to like you moving around. If you're moving slowly, quietly, they don't react to you. Which is pretty awesome. This guy also, by the way, he's flying. I actually can't engage him unless he wants to engage me. So, like, if I just blow him up, blow this barrel up while he's standing next to it, he actually won't get caught by it.
Okay, here we go.
Or, well, he'll get caught by it, but then I can't engage the enemy. I can't engage him in combat. Okay, how do I want to do this? 1, 2, 3. I need to get a kill on turn 4. So we're gonna go 1 end. Boost. We're gonna go 1 end. Exactly the way we did it before. Boost. Guard. Kill the thing. 4 points. So it can give you 2 times points, 4 times points, or 10 times points. But obviously the 4 is much less likely than the 2, and the 10 is way less likely than either one of the other ones. So what I'm gonna do is I don't remember. It doesn't really matter. I've got a ton of these already. We are going to use Medica on both of us to top us off. We still didn't go. Wait, what the hell's happening here? Why didn't we go up a level on that one? I'm like so confused now. Hold on. Are we like 1 off? Doesn't say on this screen. Hold on, I wasn't paying attention. We should be hitting level 4. Like any one of these fights should be doing it. Unless I like completely misread the like experience point screen. I have a feeling I'm just like completely misreading things that are going on here. Oh, good. This is end, boost, kill that thing, and kill. End. Double points.
I collected some good data.
Oh, I read the wrong thing. Never mind. I completely read the wrong thing. Let's see how much this gives me. Miss. Good miss. Yeah, I thought I'm just straight up reading things incorrectly. Kill that thing. I don't think she can get a kill yet. I don't think she's strong enough to get a kill in one move. Which is unfortunate, 'cause I'd like to get a kill this turn. Nah, that's not even close to enough. Cosmos is gonna go on the high crit turn. Let's just have you kill this guy, actually. You should be able to do it on the crit turn. Should be dead? Yes. I don't have a boot. Unfortunately, we're just gonna have to kill you this turn. Damn. 13, 16. Got enough. Good.
Okay, let's go on.
Again, not looking. Really got to be paying attention to how many, like, things these give me so I can accurately plan out how many of these fights I need to do.
Cosmos,
I want to go up one level before we move on to the next zone. I'm gonna stop clicking through the end screen so damn fast. Alright, Cosmos is going to be able to get a kill on the bonus points turn, which is going to be really good for us. Let's do this one just in case you wouldn't be able to get a kill normally. Double points. Yeah, you're not able to get a kill. Actually, I should probably not have gone for the full Monty on this one. Well, it doesn't really matter. Either way is going to have ended up in the same thing. Alright, they're both going to go. They're going to go through the boost turn. Alright, so the next one's going to be the points one, so whoever's up is going to have to get a kill to get us points. Okay. You should be able... Yeah. I'm, like, overthinking it. She's definitely capable of killing these things in one go. It's Xion that's, like, not capable of getting any kind of kills.
Okay, let's go on.
50. All right, one more. One more of those fights, and we're good. Out and in, one more time. Thank you for the reminder. One more.
Do you really think this is a good idea?
Do you really think this is a good idea? Yeah, I see. That's the line that you were talking about. Yeah, I agree. That line doesn't make a lot of sense. Alright, and then you're going to get a full kill. Oh! No, you're not. Xion's gonna go on the boost turn. Actually, an end fight line that makes sense, but I haven't heard it since. The one line that makes sense in the whole game. Yeah, that's appropriate. Alright. Xion has a boost. We can play with turn order a little bit now that she's got one boost. Maybe try and get a kill on the end. On the points tab, although we're gonna get a kill here on this points tab for sure. Do I pop Xion's boost here? No. We'll see how the next turn bangs out. Makes less. Oh, sorry, it makes less sense. Lost your ability to crochet. Now the cat. Oh, yep. Cat law. Cat law. You are dispermitted. Alright, boost. And now we gotta try and get this kill on this turn. Oh, good. High crit turned on. That's good. Whenever you get a critical hit in this game, you have a crit for the rest of your turn. So any further attacks that happen later on the turn are also always going to be crits. That's why it says high crit at the bottom right there when we hit a critical hit. Because it's going to function for every... there is our level. Thank God. That's going to function for every... I might as well use... Evolve that into goodbye. Escape from battle. Okay, so that's like our get out of jail free card. We have an ability that lets us escape from battle for free, except it costs us EP on use. And as you can see, like her EP is a very important resource. So we can actually now evolve a 7, down dex or down force. Well, I'm gonna say down force for sure. At least he stopped biting me when I go to pet him right now. Oof. I was hanging out with one of our cats the other day, and that cat was in a bad mood. Freaked out. Was like lashing out at me and my brother. It was wild. I'm gonna make sure to remember to set it. There we go. Alright. So we've evolved their ether abilities. Let's see if we can do anything with their tech abilities. No, they don't really have a lot of tech points yet. Nah. And we don't have any things equipped to gain skills from yet. Cosmos, you've got a few number of points left over. Is there anything we can do for you? No? Okay. Never mind. Alright, we're gonna go do this. Mission key. You know what I'm gonna do? I am gonna go save actually, real quick. Which I should be able to do without getting into a fight. And I should be able to get back here without getting into a fight. All these fights are like, they're not optional, but they are like avoidable. Any fight in this area is avoidable. So since I don't want to get into another fight, I should be able to get this save off and get back in there without joining another fight. Alright, so we got an extra level out of it. It took longer than I was expecting. I committed to it when I had misread an end screen once and thought it was going to be much faster, but you know, we got it done. I'm looking at my radar in the bottom right to like give myself the time with pathing enemies, make sure that I can get away. Now we're gonna hold R2. Ooh. This guy usually doesn't path that much. I don't like where he stopped. Come on. This guy's just gonna troll me. There we go. Alright. What a troll. Alright, here we go. Red vector box.
Here we go.
Oh, that didn't look good.
What's going on?
A brand new network is being created within the Cosmos mainframe. We've never had a reaction like this before. This is incredible. I've never seen a net grow so fast. Look at it, sir. Portions of the encephalon map are evolving. What the?
Alan, I'm going to engage the target. Make sure you capture all the data.
What? You cannot engage right now. You're tapped into Cosmos perception. It's too unstable.
Don't worry. We can pull it off.
What do you mean, don't worry? Chief?
Nope. Well, all right then. Despite against better judgment, we are going into fight. I took 0 damage from that hit. I am going to pop Down Force. Weaken this guy. Hit with your sword. Big damage. And now we're gonna... This might actually be over in 2 turns. I think gaining that extra level put us pretty strong. Robots and heals. Yeah. Yeah, all the robots are in heals. That is correct. Putting up that extra level made that fight very easy.
So far, so good. Shift target to real mode. We'll test the Hilbert effect.
What? Chief, you're supposed to follow the program.
Cosmos, activate Hilbert.
Roger. Activating Hilbert effect.
I knew this would happen! Status! This is bad. Something's wrong in the encephalon. The whole thing could collapse at any moment.
What? What about the chief? Chief, you're in danger. Get out of there now!
Hold on, just a little longer.
Chief!
Nerve impulse is in the limbic system. We've got kindling.
That's enough! Shut it down! Pull her out of there now!
Roger. Entering shutdown command. It's been rejected. The chief's overriding us. We can't control it from here.
What? 10 seconds to encephalon collapse. Sir! Damn it!
Oh, there's a thing.
Chief!
Get out of there.
Chief? Are you all right?
Yeah, thanks. Did I push my luck a little too far this time?
Yo.
Alan?
You can't keep doing this, Chief. I thought I
Also,
was
what
gonna
an
have a heart
outfit.
attack.
Sorry
Star
about
Trek
that.
the original series, eat your
I thought
heart
that
out.
was really good. Besides,
Was there something else?
oh, it's nothing. Well, we better get started on that
A
deadline.
little.
Today's our deadline, so I'm sure they'll be asking for it soon.
Attention please. We are scheduled to gate out in approximately 3 minutes. All hands, please return to your designated areas immediately.
Alright, so we are on a ship.
Please. We are scheduled to gate out.
Oh. Ooh, I like that effect. One hell of a warp effect that they created for this one. Been freed from Cat. Oh, bye-bye, Cat. Back to crocheting. Definitely should have reported, which, I mean, yeah, I know, right? Well, first of all, she, as the one inside the machine, she should not be the one with, like, operational control, right? The guy on the outside is her spotter. He should be the one able to make all the shots. The fact that she could, like, override the shutdown command from inside is ridiculous. That is terrible OPSEC. That is terrible OPSEC. The lack of scientific anything is infuriating. Welcome to most cult sci-fi.
Gate out complete. Shifting main engine to stealth mode. Maintaining current speed until sector withdrawal.
Exit from current space set at absolute time 1300 on the 27th.
Feeling she knows something she isn't telling anyone else. I mean, yeah, that seems to be.
Next UMN column in 7 hours 36 minutes. All gate jumps from other sectors will remain offline until
Us included, yeah. Also, ridiculously dense asteroid fields.
So, we're almost home.
Yes, sir. Our final gate jump is at the next column. We're almost there.
We made it this far, we'll be fine. The odds of contact between columns is statistically low. Besides, this asteroid field we're in is perfect for hiding the fleet from them.
Huh. So Pollyanna thinks those asteroids are going to protect us.
I'm sorry, sir.
A bit testy today, aren't we, Commander? Huh? Is something wrong?
No. Of course not.
Ever since we picked up that object 10 days ago, everyone's been a bit jumpy. And we still have a ways to go before we hit
10 days. We've had, okay, so all that picking up of the machine was, or of the device was 10 days ago.
Debrief us on the current situation? Our original orders from the Galaxy Federation were to investigate the vanished planet and assist the researchers. But ever since
Vanished
we picked up
planet.
that object, it feels like everything's changed. What exactly is that thing anyway?
Who knows? I haven't heard a thing from the research team. But, as I mentioned before, apparently they're after the object too. That's unofficial info, of course.
What about the rumor regarding the casualties during the retrieval process?
You mean the dude that touched it?
If were true, that's none of our business. The research team has their own orders to deal with. The only explicit instructions we've received state that should any salvageable objects exist in the area, their retrieval takes top priority.
Top priority? What does that mean?
What it means is, over our very lives.
Now, no need to scare them. Those orders merely reflect the importance of this operation to the Galaxy Federation government, that's all. Just stay sharp and be careful.
That makes sense, sir. The entire fleet was renovated for this mission. Besides, if there's an emergency...
This is the only... What do you mean, this is the only accurate bit? What do you mean by that?
Speaking of which, what's the latest on that situation?
They're scheduled to turn in the A7 reports today.
A7, eh? Only one step away from...
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's about time, I suppose. Lieutenant, please ask Chief Uzuki to come to the bridge once her data's ready. Ask her to bring all the previous...
It is somewhat interesting. It implies that there's a lot of, like, compartmentalization and, like, departmentalization in this, like, organization here. Or maybe that they're different organizations.
Referring to that battle android?
That's right. You didn't know?
Wow, so it's true.
Hey, I heard that project's really behind schedule.
You can't blame them. They were casualties during their last boot-up test 2 years ago.
Yeah, this is all exposition. This is all just hard exposition.
It's hard to believe they're making an android in this day and age. The only place I've ever seen them is in old space novels.
Androids are old technology.
It's still an experiment. And it ain't like one android's gonna make that much of a difference. The whole project's just a chance for those Vector guys to show off. Someone's outdated hobby, that's all.
I heard that even their commercial models differ greatly between those that have seen action and those that haven't.
They say ignorance is bliss. Looks like they were right.
Commander?
Oh, this guy's a
I'm
dick.
just envious, that's all.
I'm just envious of your ignorance. Looks out into the middle distance quietly. What a shot.
Sure. I'll be there in 30 minutes.
They certainly didn't waste any time.
See? I'm usually right about these things.
Chief Uzuki, here's the data you requested. Will that be all?
Thanks. This should be good enough. I'll take care of the rest.
Chief, do you have a second?
Yes?
The military is expecting actual field data for Cosmos. Is it right for us to keep giving them simulated data like this?
Well, I must admit, you got me there. But honestly, if it were up to me...
At least her ship shoes have reasonable heels.
Forever.
But why are you so
These outfits are wild. These like sci-fi uniforms.
I can't wait to see Cosmos up and completely functional. Couldn't you at least try taking her up to Phase 3? That should be no problem for her by now.
Phase 3 in a simulated battle config? Come on. We're not about to wake our little princess for that.
Oh.
Here's a summary of Cosmos main equipment from the 2nd Division. This should help you with the guys upstairs.
He is clearly not comfortable with that butt pat that just happened. That is, that's an HR violation. Oh boy. That man looked right at the floor. That's a harsh HR violation. Get yourself off this ship, Alan. Wow. Here, Miyuki is closely involved with the MWS. I'm sure she's up to something again. By the way, could you send the connection gear data to headquarters for me? The vaporizer plug-in that we use to destroy obstacles. I wonder if they're also going to manufacture it based on our test data. Pile everything they can under the pretext of testing Cosmos. Considering they have a lot of other concerns like the budget. I think there was a consciousness in Cosmos that only Xion is aware of. Well, I mean, if you listen to the wording of what they were saying, there's some really interesting stuff possibly in there. Any reason machine is only as meaningful as the functional goals it fulfills. Perhaps Cosmos would be happiest if she was able to demonstrate her full capabilities. Lol, this man's just gonna pivot in place and stare at me. What a simp. Strange interference earlier. Did anything unusual happen during the dive? No record of it in our logs. I don't know what to make of it. I mean to ask you, why are you so devoted to Cosmos' aesthetic sensitivity system? I think we should be focusing our research on Cosmos' outlying systems in order to develop her weaponry. Shall we try the startup experiment again? If there are any items you didn't get last time, I suggest you get them now so they'll be useful in the real world too. Actually, yes. There is one thing we do want to drop back into. Although I'm alone here, so I'm going to be careful. Because, as I remember correctly from playing this years ago... Careful. Careful. Ooh. Really? Why do you just really want to troll me constantly? There we go. Battle passport. Yep, get me out of here. All right. Something we should double back to pick up. Lighten those jarheads, will you? Tell them that developmental research is a living, breathing thing. Can't wait to see Cosmos actually get up and around. Oh, viewing deck. Hey, Janice, taking a break? Hi, Chief, how are you? Why don't you take a break too? You won't hold up if you keep pushing yourself so hard. Thanks, we're almost done. I'll be okay. No need to worry about me. You sure? Alright, if you say so. That's right, there's some valuable info that I wanted to share with you. I was actually keeping it quiet, hoping you'd notice on your own, but it doesn't look like you will. I guess I'll have to tell you. Valuable info? You know that there's a red vector box inside... Oh, I think I just did that. You mean the red vector box where all the equipment is kept? Yes, that's the one. We put a little something in there for you to show our appreciation for all your hard work. Hoping you'd pick it up during the last experiment, considering how things went. You definitely didn't have the time to find it. I think you'll like it. Yeah, we went back and got it. What's the battle passport? I believe that opens up a mini game later on in the game. I don't think it's something I can, like, use right now. This game actually has a number of little mini games, but unlike the card game in Final Fantasy IX, it's never going... I don't believe it's ever relevant to the game itself, but I might be wrong about that. Oh, we have ourselves a save panel. What the hell? Wait, what just happened? I think the game just hard crashed. The game just hard crashed. Uh-oh. Alright, hold on. Alright, well, the good news is that I saved it just before the fight. That's no fun. Oh, come on. Oh, so I'm not hitting the button. No wonder. I'm not hitting the move quietly button. Stop pathing randomly. All right, let's try this again. Thankfully, you can skip any and all cutscenes in this game. And thankfully this fight is also very easy. And yeah, and we will be able to skip through one of your favorite games. Welcome to the chat, Flare Eons. It is one of my favorite games from childhood as well that I never completed. And unfortunately, it just hard crashed on us. So we're going back through this last boss fight and hoping that it does not hard crash on us again.
Chief?
Did you play all 3? No, I never finished this one. So I never went on to the other 2. I never got there. I want to finish this one, then I want to go on to maybe play all 3. We'll see. We'll see if I enjoy playing it on stream. I am still debating whether or not what I want to do with it, but yeah, that's the idea. Did you play and beat all 3 of them yourself? Headquarters. Yeah. Let's see if it doesn't crash at the save point again. Please do not crash. Total Xeno lore nerd back as a kid. Nice! Nope, hard crash. Did it exactly the same way again. Wow. That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a real problem. The save point in the, Encephalon worked. But this one hard crashes. I wonder if that's... I am playing on an emulator. Yeah, I am. I gotta wonder if that's, some of them are gonna crash and some of them are not gonna crash. But, I can't... Huh. I mean, it's an okay, I think... Well, the point is it's an emulator, so I can just use save states. I'll just have to do it. I'll just have to, make it a rule where I only use save states where I could actually save normally. If there's any way to play it other than a CD or an emulator. I mean, not really, no. If you own an original PS2, oh, you mean is there been a future release of it? No, there has not been any future releases of the Xenosaga games. So there's no way to buy it on Geo. As far as I know, there's no way to buy it on GOG or anything like that. So you pretty much have to either hook up your old PS2 and try and get it through a capture card or something, or you have to run it through an emulator. And I'm currently running it through an emulator. So here's the thing, because I'm running it through an emulator, I can use save states. So I'm just gonna have to use an emulator save state anytime that I have access to a save block. Although, well, we'll have to see what this does. The PS2 of my CD still works if you need it. Oh, that's so very nice. I have no way that I would be able to capture that, though. There is zero chance I have the means to capture PS2 output. I just do not have sophisticated enough setup for that. I think I definitely own the game. I definitely own a copy of the game. I don't think I have a working PS2, but I definitely still own a game. But I appreciate the offer, but I'm just gonna have to use save states. Wonder if my capture card will work. I'll need to try it. I've never experimented with capturing PS2. Hard enough capturing from a Switch. I mean, it's not hard to capture from a Switch. It's just expensive. You just gotta buy a freaking $80 capture card, and I ain't got that. All right, third time's the charm. Here we go. Active guard is very annoying. Is he gonna hit me back? I think that's a yes, but we're gonna hit him anyway. Oof. Did significantly less damage. 6. Big hit. Replace hard with expensive, yeah. And I have an Elgato capture. Ah, you have an Elgato. Nice. Yeah, that's I do not own an Elgato. That's the thing. That is the piece of tech that I do not own. That's what you need to capture like a Switch and all that stuff. I do not own one. I don't exactly have the money to pick one up right now. I'm gonna try and kill this guy on the, like, bonus points slot. Or the Elgato makes all kind of really good streaming tech. Yeah, they're the guys that you want to go for. I will do it one more time because I wasn't looking at the actual number. Now he's dead. 10-point oh, look at the 10-point bonus on the boss. Look at that. I'll take that. That's pog crazy. I will definitely take that. An Elgato Stream Deck for years. I use it for Zoom meetings at work. I love that. Also, what is this?
So far, so good.
Is that a default emote that you're using? I've never seen it before. Or is that off of somebody's channel?
Chief?
We have a tech boss in chat. Hey, I will take... I would love to have more viewers who know more about tech than me, because I know enough to get by. I know enough to get me in trouble, but I don't necessarily have enough to get me out of trouble. Elgato capture card requires no effort at all. I have no idea what I'm doing, so that should tell you all something. I would love to get one. I just don't have the ability to, I just don't really have the ability to get one right now. I don't have the coin necessary to pick up something like that. I would love to get one, but yeah. Because there are a lot of old school games. Got it in FBA Marketplace now. It's super expensive new. Ah, yeah. It's like almost $100 new. All right, so now I've got to like go into my. Hold on, let me pull up my emulator. What are the hotkeys for save and load state? Memory cards, BIOS plugins, capture. Okay, so that should have saved. Save to disk without error. Yeah, and those states are okay. It's not okay. So those will persist then. Okay, got it. Okay. So yeah, so I have, okay, so I'm just going to use save states. So the game is now saved. Which means that there's one more thing that I've still got to do. I've got to go back in the encephalon and get that thing. So we got to do that real quick. Hey, Flair, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. We are on our way to getting Twitch Associate, or whatever it's called. We are on our way to it. We haven't gotten there yet. Thank you for the follow. It'll definitely go a long way to help me get there. Affiliate is the word, by the way. Y'all are really nice people. Thank you. You're really nice, too. Yeah, Dragon here in chat has been with me since the beginning. Dragon is a good friend of mine, and we just like to hang out here. I've been playing a lot of older games lately. I've been playing Final Fantasy IX on stream quite a bit lately. We're trying to finish a playthrough on that one. And playing a lot of these old retro games is going to be, because one of the big things for me, right? One of my big things is that especially as a kid, I loved playing a lot of these big JRPGs, right? But I was terrible, absolutely terrible at finishing them. I'd get about a third of the way through and then I'd just be like done. I would never finish them. So now it's in like, you know, later on, I'm like, you know, I really want to actually play and beat these games, and I want to use the stream as an opportunity to do that while connecting with a bunch of people who also love these old games, you know, and maybe some youngins here and there who will experience them for the first time along with me, because I know a lot of people already know these games. But let's see, save state in there, boom, done. Okay. Check the Facebook Marketplace in my area, and people know what they have. 140 for a used card. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Yikes. That sounds about right. And the Elgato 60S Plus and a Yeti and a Yeti mic for 100. Jesus.
Okay.
Which Yeti you have? I mean, that's not that bad to get both components for $100. That's not bad at all.
Back to work.
The blue. Okay, that's the stand. Yeah. You screwed the. I mean, no, seriously, that sounds like it's an incredible deal. Going to present your report. Good luck. Thank you. On a stand and everything. Jesus, I've got a swing arm. I've got one of those swing arms that's attached to my desk. Is the mic a good one? It is. All right, so the Blue Yeti holds like a serious market share, which is to say that like almost everybody that uses a microphone uses a Blue Yeti, right? Unless you're using like some old Philips model. Like mine is, let me, I believe I'm using a Philips. Hold on. I actually can't, I don't remember, but is the swing arm better? It depends on like your setup, right? My setup, it's better for me to have a swing arm because I like being able to like get it completely out of my way when I'm not streaming, right? When I'm not streaming, I don't have much of a use for it. But I've got it on a swing arm which is like clamped to my desk. Got an email. Vectorcom Inc. would like to take this opportunity to announce its new connection gear products, the Rios 680RR and the Rios 650RS. These products provide improved connection capabilities to UMN access nodes, which is a highly sought after feature in a connection gear. Adding a plugin is a very simple way to enrich software capabilities. Also possible to control the Rios hardware functions themselves through the plugin. 3D holographic monitor. Generates accurate 3D images using a particle wave laser. It also supports window view mode for the sole purpose of displaying essential information in 2D. Although compact and weighs a mere 60 grams, Jesus, like you drop the thing and never even realize it, it is fully loaded with a perfect balance of all essential features in a connection gear. Clan FTC is the routing system on the Rios, meant for lightweight clients. Clan is a scalable system that works in architects of varying sizes. Clan makes it possible to use imaginary machines and storage interspersed throughout the UMN. So it's like a cloud processing AI storage. I don't think lasers work that way. Listen, this was the early 2000s. Lasers did everything. Possible for you to make a practical use of computing power you're looking for as long as it's within the Rios' bandwidth. I mean, they're talking about like cloud computing in the early 2000s, so like... Procurators employ a small AI named Angie, making it possible to gather and search information faster. Its improved speech recognition function makes it possible to communicate even using vague expressions. So it's natural language. So it's a natural language AI. Nope. So Vectorcom finally announced their latest model of connection gear, the Rios. So is this my AI that we're talking to? They sure did. Guess what? I had the Rios 680RR model even before they made their official announcement. With my connection gear, I can get all sorts of information by establishing and maintaining an on-demand network with the UMN. Yeah, the UMN has two very important roles in this world governed by... So now we're going to exposit about the UMN and the Federation government. One role is traffic infrastructure via leaps in space. As a result, even interstellar travel is made easy. So they're the only people in charge of interstellar travel. They've got a monopoly on interstellar infrastructure. That's great. UMN Bunny. I see. And the other role? UMN is an information source that uses a large decentralized network system. So they have a monopoly on interstellar infrastructure, and they have like all of everybody's information. I'm gonna friend the chat, teach me everything I know, grass for its effect. I had to learn a lot. I mean, starting the process of becoming a VTuber taught me a lot about a lot of the tech that we use these days. Like, this last year, 2022, was a huge learning effort for me. We employ agent-like AIs called procurators, like yourself, to navigate us around this giant network called the Unus Mundus Network. The One Mundus. Mundus. Does that mean mind, or does it mean world? It means world, right? One world? Unus Mundus? Right. Well, allow me now to perform my duties as a procurator. I'll give you a little more information about emails. New emails. We need to tutorialize emails because this game came out in like 2002. One world. I thought so. Newest emails will always be displayed on the top of the list. A careful sorting order is different from the items list. Note that some emails require reply. Most of those emails must be answered within a fixed amount. Oh, Jesus, we have to answer, like, email answering simulator. My social anxiety just shot through the roof. All right, I'll make a point to reply ASAP. One more thing, you can skip to important parts of emails by pressing square. Be sure to give it a try. You should have received a tutorial email from the R&D division about equipping eggs and characters. Please refer to them if there's anything you don't understand. Got it. Lastly, about the connection gear function used during the encephalon test, you talked about the vaporizer. Its functions allow the destruction of specific objects on the map. It can actually be used if it clears the next simulation test. Better to get a perfect score on the test. It's a matter of time before someone gives you one of the vaporizer plugins. There is some shit. Point of emails, you can reply what is more comfortable to you. Same with text messages. Yeah, if people actually believe that about emails, the world might be a less terrifying place. One of the hilarious things about this, right, is that the vaporizer plugin is just a plugin, right? Like, it's software, right? It's software, which means that, like, our connection gear, the thing that we're walking around, basically our phone, right? Our phone has the hardware capability to just vaporize shit in front of us. It just can't do it right now because it doesn't have software support for it, right? Like, the software can't make your phone into a vaporizer. Your phone just somehow has that ability baked into its hardware. That's the implication here. I always found this hilarious. Didn't have an email until years after this came out. Oof. I mean, I don't think I did either, to be honest. By the way, don't you need to go see the captain? You're right, I better go to the bridge to see the captain. Yeah, we've got a couple of emails. Oh, I hate this. All right, this game does this so much and I hate this. I'm just gonna go on record right now and say that I hate this. All right, so tutorializing your in-game mechanics should not be diegetic unless the mechanics themselves are somehow diegetic, right? Having an email in my phone about how to use my tech points and upgrade my characters does not make sense, and I hate it. I have strong opinions on this. I have very strong opinions on this. I hate that they try and this game does it for everything. They try and diegetically tutorialize everything, and I hate it. Like, I've got a tutorial email about equipping characters, about upgrading my characters, about upgrading about equipping my eggs unit. I hate that. So if you can hold on to it and have a refresher for a long time without playing, like, I get it, but like having just like a sub menu option that's just like, you know, how to's, because this game, we don't have it yet, but this game will soon give us like a massive like in-world like encyclopedia of every tech-based like word anyone has ever used in this game. And that's fine. That's all diegetic and cool, but like it's different when it's like you should just put a submenu there somewhere that like, you know, game mechanics. But an attempt to like diegetically teach you that like, you know, hey Shion, remember that you can go into the sub menu under your tech abilities to upgrade your tech attacks. Like, that's ridiculous. I hate that.
She's really got you trained, hasn't she, sir?
What? Train? What do you mean? Hey, what are you
You whipped, boy.
Hurry up and get back to work.
I'm on it. See how he always changes the subject?
What was that, Togashi?
Nothing at all, sir. You're just hearing things.
He's very physical with the people under him. It's a big walking HR violation.
Convinced? Oh, no, it's not that. It's just...
I know how you feel, but you saw what happened just now. Even the chief is cautious sometimes. Besides... Oh, that's right. You just transferred in a month ago, right? I guess you couldn't have known.
You mean the accident from 2 years ago? I've heard about it, but I don't know any details.
Oh, right.
That's with Wii Shop music playing in the background right now.
Oh, man, not again. Oh, well.
Alan.
Perfect. Now the two of you can be alone. Why don't you ask her out while you're at it? We can handle the rest by ourselves.
This is your big chance.
I told you guys it's not like that. Crying out loud. Anyway, I better get this to her.
Good luck.
Go, Tiger.
So much promotion of workplace romance. I mean, here's the thing. It's pretty realistic.
Jeez, they just don't know when to quit. It's not like I don't want to. I just can't.
I was highly invested in Alan's romance. Just as a note, no spoilers. Not only do I only know about half of the game, but several members of our chat and our community here don't know anything about the game. And as a result, we will avoid spoilers of any kind. Because I do not, you know, I only know the game to about, like, maybe a third or halfway in. They certainly hit you over the head with this. I mean, it's... Holy shit.
You lazy bums are the cause of that accident. You're not getting any time to confess your sins, though. Why not? Because I'm not giving it to you. If you got time to be sorry, you've got time to get your ass in gear. If you got time to think, you've got time to get your fingers moving. Don't even start thinking you got a brain to think with. You're gonna become machines and work like them day and night.
Woo!
You're all a bunch of slackers.
Oh, Jesus.
Boy, I guess not every department's run like ours.
I'm pretty sure even in the military, even in early 2000s, actually just walking up and punching one of your employees in the face is, or like one of your like underlings in the face is not acceptable. Like, make them do push-ups and, you know, put them through physical exertion is one thing, but like actually just walk up and whack them. Even 20 years ago, I think that was a no-go. But it's literally just straight up abuse. He's just beating a room full of workers.
Huh? Killing yourself over work won't get you very far.
Here be a new man.
How are you? I had to get this data done before morning, so
This man's chin is almost pointier than mine, and I'm a VTuber.
What are you doing here so late, Kevin? You'd better get some sleep. We've got an early morning ahead.
Here, this is for you.
Huh? Oh, thank you.
To tell you the truth, I haven't been able to sleep lately. Something's been on my mind.
This man also has lead romance hair. You're not wrong.
Tomorrow she's finally going to wake up. I'm looking forward to seeing her come to life, but I have no idea what to say to her when she wakes up.
Technically, we're on our way to a meeting. We just keep getting sidetracked.
I'm just being weird, huh?
Can't you just say, "Good morning, Cosmos"?
Good morning?
Well, that's what you say to someone when they wake up, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Thanks. I think I can finally get some sleep now.
Glad to help.
Also, super poor Alan, like,
You should get some rest too.
I'm gonna run out and give you your stuff that you left behind, and as soon as I pop up, it's gonna trigger you to have a daydream about some other guy you used to like.
Good night.
Or maybe still do like? I don't know. Seems like a bit of a himbo.
Yeah. Everybody's so eager to see her.
So this is the, so we are on the same ship that recovered this then. So that opening cutscene, like, this is, oh. There is indeed a happening occurring. Dramatic zoom. So this is the girl that was in the simulation. This is a nice spot for a meeting. Although they didn't really try too hard on this area here. It is low res even for like the other areas we've seen so far. And that background is clearly just a 2D painted background that they stuck in the back of this scene. It's like it's not even a particularly good, well rendered 2D background. Oh, that's an interesting effect. No, everything's been silent here. We only have, the only sound that we've heard so far is the sound effect of her touching. That's,
Watch it, you slacker!
listen, it's an OSHA violation. If that thing can just swing around and hit someone, it needs to be behind a barricade.
Get the hell out of here! My men will start slacking off. They see bimbos like you around.
Alright, fuck this dude. Alright, fuck this dude.
Who's the idiot that let civilians on this ship? What the hell are you staring at?
Jesus Christ! It was like cartoon, like Saturday morning cartoon level. Jesus! What the hell? That's not okay. Holy shit. Vector's engineers, how are you? This is actually my first mission. Never seen the enemy yet. I heard the enemy is an unknown life form called Gnosis. Someone fire this guy. Like, this guy is out of a cannon. He straight up KO'd that guy. No, like, he whacked him once, like, sideways, and then grabbed him from the back, like, grabbed the back of his head, pulled him up, and then clocked him under the jaw. Cold clocked. Just clacked the shit out of him. Investigations unit guys live in separate quarters, even eat separately. They're a mysterious lot. Frustrating. The Woglinde is our ship. Ever since we first picked up that overgrown plywood, the guys in investigations unit are suddenly acting like big shots. Heard they're asking the captain to make this area accessible by permission only. Equipment inspection's a pain already. I mean, it looked like there was one corridor from my work area into here. It's not even like I walked through here, like, because I was wandering, right? Oh, hello. What is a civilian doing wandering around here? Vector R&D, then do your job and help meddle other people's business. Like, I'm pretty sure I have to walk through here. Just playing Hitman on the Woglinde. Dude, like, Needs some help. Someone did not love that man enough. I get that he's freaking out since 3 of his people died in the last 10 days. That's not acceptable. But I mean, like, they didn't even die. They just vanished, right? Like, they just walked up and touched this random thing. Also, a scientist is not a civilian. I mean, it depends. I mean, it sounds like... can you please give me your email address? You never know who might be listening in. Save us way to seriously. Yeah, just give this random guy our email who's talking about, like, sharing a secret. Yeah, this is... We're gonna do it, but just because it's a video game. You push me in order. I'll send you an email in a little while. Don't worry about it. Don't take too long. Please be on the lookout for it. It sounds like we are part of Vector, which is a private company. Good email address to get. Good to know. Walk it back up in the Cosmos lab. Better hurry to the... Okay, won't let me backtrack. Shion Uzuki is my favorite JRPG lead of all time, but man, did people used to hate her. Say a nice thing about her 20 years ago and the internet would jump how awful they think she is. Thankfully, over time, her character has been reevaluated much better. Used to, I feel vindicated by history. I always loved Shion. I have to say, she is a bit of a, like... And I don't know if this was, like, touched on later or anything like that. She is kind of a... I don't know. She has every skill in the book, right? And now that's not inherently a bad thing. I'm not gonna out here and say, you know, she's a Mary Jane, blah 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 blah. I don't think like that. I don't talk like that. I do think that it's kind of crazy that she has like basically every skill in the book. It's even lampshaded in the game. Other characters are like, how do you know how to do literally everything? And she's just like, I don't know. I had a good mentor, I think is what she basically says. So, I don't know, unless that mentor character is really gone into in the later parts of the game. Now, note, I've only played about half of this game. I have never played 2 or 3. She should have a lot of skills in order to lead the team, which, I mean, I get. But, like, she's also got a lot of skills that are outside of the purview of, like, her Vector R&D job, right? Look out for the email. One more thing, don't tell anyone about this. Okay, bye. But I love Shion. I think she's great. I love that, like... most of her skills are, I love that, like, even though she has all these skills, she's not really, like, sure about a lot of things. She's got a lot of, like, personal, like, she's, like, airheaded. She, like, walks around and, like, doesn't really pay attention to where she's going sometimes. Yada, yada, yada. Like, right here. I believe we're going to see that. But I think she's cool. Personal false can artificers. Yeah, no, true. That's exactly right.
Alan?
What do you mean, Alan? Don't act so surprised. Didn't you forget something important?
Yeah, and this, like, she just left that behind. It's literally the data she ordered somebody to, like, compile for her, and then she just left it sitting on her table.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool.
Sorry. I was just thinking about something.
Oh. She really needs to tell somebody about these things that she's seeing.
Yeah. I'm just not myself today. Alan, thanks for stepping in back there.
No. I should have spoken to the new guy earlier.
Girl needs a psych eval. You're not wrong.
It would really help if you would try to understand their feelings more. I know everyone's still a little uneasy about Cosmos, but they've been pouring their hearts and souls into this project. They all want to see with their own eyes the end results of what they've been working so hard to complete. I feel the same way myself.
Yeah, what's a few hallucinations here and there, right? We've all seen a redheaded girl running around our workplace before. It happens, right?
The incident, right?
Huh? Oh, I see. You're... Sorry, that's not quite it. Forget about it.
God, she's just as bad as I am at starting thoughts and never finishing them out loud.
Okay?
Maybe if your workplace is haunted.
Who could that be?
More Realian maintenance? They really should stop calling you all the time. technically it's a violation of regulations for you to deal with other divisions. Besides, aren't they
Too much
expecting
fun
you
in
on the bridge?
Colorado. It's a giant blue raccoon. Yo,
Besides,
Colorado's a great place to have some fun.
See ya.
So now we're getting super sidetracked.
I forgot to ask her out after work.
Oh, my man. Oh, my poor, poor man. My boy. I believe, Flair, I think you said earlier that you were like 13 and saw that and were like super invested. I was the same way, because I'm the same idiot. From Vector, aren't you? You're a scientist. My colleagues in the back, could you please try reasoning with him? He won't come out. He's just been cooped up. What does that mean? Petty Officer Nobutake, I apologize for any inconvenience caused by the construction on the path of the Vector Sector. What's your vector, Victor? It was the best love story. I mean, it's pretty... It is what it is. But I was totally sold on it. Like, I was like, this guy got to shoot his shot. Did you know several workers lost their lives during their retrieval? I saw it. When they touched that thing, they vanished instantaneously. Is it really okay to transport something so dangerous out in the open? That thing really should be behind several sets of barricades. Especially with those, like, swinging, like, force field generators or whatever they are that almost killed Shion. Why won't this thing work properly? Keep banging on that thing, it's going to blow up and fire, and you're going to be in trouble. The big do not touch sign. Written in Comic Sans. Should I bring the Realian? I should bring the Realian service data with me. I think I left it in my room. Better go get it. If I remember correctly, the room is straight down this corridor. I mean, I get that you have to exposit that to me, but like, she have to again to think I even snuck out without telling my boss. Lately, it's always like this. Sneaking around? What the hell? Red switch is the switch to open and close the bulkhead. Don't mess with it. I mean, it's a shiny red button. How do you expect me to not fuck with it? How do you expect me to not fuck with it? Big flashing red button. This man's about to get closed into these doors. Get fucked, I guess. Get fucked, I guess. Oh, my poor man. Oh. Stop picking on me. I can't take it, mama. Oh. Oh, no. Why is that even something you can do? It's a good question. Why is that even something I can do? Alright, let me see how to... Oh. Past it. What the heck am I doing? Okay, never mind. They won't let me go past it. It's a good question. Why is that even something I can do? Hopeful later, guys. Don't worry. Accurate. Maintenance data. And see, there's another thing. Like, she's really just walking around with data, unless the point is literally to mess with that one guy. Listen, I am happy to include mechanics, build an entire set of mechanics into a game for the express purpose of screwing with an NPC. I am game for it. All right, we're gonna go ahead and save state that one. Now that I have save stated it, I'm gonna try and see if that's just like the one thing that keeps crashing the game, or whether this is also gonna crash the game. Yeah, crash the game hard. Hard instant crash. Yeah, that's not gonna work, friends. All right, well, we're gonna load that save state then. Load state, boom. All right. Yep, I don't know why the save plate in the Encephalon worked and none of the other ones do, but we're not gonna be able to save the game going forward, like the way the game wants us to save it. At least with the emulator, you can still play. Yeah, like seriously. So I'm just gonna an email from Miyuki. Shion, how are you doing? Thank you for the MWS, the weapon you used in your left hand during battle. Data from the tests we ran alongside Cosmos and the Encephalon. I've moved one step forward with my magnificent plans thanks to you. Now the only thing I need is a real test. So I have sent you a real MWS. It should reach you soon. If the Gnosis attack now, they're so dead. Doing these tests provides a bit of aerobic exercise and may even have some weight loss effects. So in a way, it's like you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Please make sure you pick it up when it arrives. P.S. I lost 3 kilograms. You see, it really works. Like I said, the apple diet really works. Cool. So she's going to send me a real version of the weapon that I was using in the Encephalon. What in the world is that girl planning? Good question. Miyuki is a genius. It's kind of like... It's another one of those things. Is it like, does Miyuki work for Vector? Or are we just like trying out random people's stuff in like government level labs? Do you know anything about the Gnosis? No, not really. Talk to me about the Gnosis. You know, the Gnosis can appear anywhere and everywhere, even in space or inside a ship. Just thinking about it makes me scared. I can't sleep. I haven't gotten decent sleep ever since I got assigned on this ship. That's good to know. Sorry, but you won't be able to go this way for a while. Sure looks like it. Very sorry that door is not open to traffic right now. Damn it, knowing old Crane started acting up until maintenance is finished. No one is allowed to even walk by here and don't touch anything. Thing might throw its entire load if somebody presses the wrong switch. Meanwhile, it's just hovering. This guy's standing right under it. What is happening on this ship? Can somebody explain to me what is happening on this ship? There are no safety regulations anywhere. This place is an ocean nightmare. Like, Crane is like failing. It's got to load in the air. I worked in a warehouse before. If anything ever failed with a load in the air, it's an immediate all hands on deck situation. Like, you back away from that thing, you set up a barricade, you call maintenance, nobody gets within 20 feet of it. I've been there. Zuki, Lieutenant Kaspasek wants to talk to you about tuning up the Realians. I hear the Lieutenant was just a military doctor after being commissioned, so he can't do anything by himself. Must be tough for you getting called in like this all the time. I enjoy talking with the Realians. I am so triggered. This game, I forgot all of this stuff. I didn't remember any of this was happening, and I did not, like, recognize any of it when I was a kid. But now, like, 20 years later playing this game, I'm like, this ship is a disaster just waiting to happen. It's about 80 different disasters waiting to happen.
My apologies, Miss Uzuki. It seems we're constantly in need of your help.
No problem, Lieutenant. I want everyone to be healthy and happy too, after all.
As adults, we see so much more.
So, what's the problem today?
Well, I'm trying to teach them some new battle algorithms to better reflect the unit's reorg. But the integration is not going very smoothly.
You're right. He's rejecting the data. Let's see.
Just need to check the Realians lying on the maintenance beds. Thank you for your help. This is my second all-nighter in a row and my 9th cup of coffee. That's too real to the healthcare, real-life healthcare system. Irregular lifestyles that are really bad for your complexion. That's what she's worried about. Her skin. Love the Realians. Love the concept and their behavior. The Realians open up a full-ass can of worms on implications in this world. Let a full-time counselor do the servicing before you left port. Unfortunately, when it's a long tour and we only have maintenance beds, problems always crop up. Long missions are stressful for us, too. Besides, these guys were just born, so it's not surprising. So, what are Realians? So you know how they said that androids are ancient tech? Yeah, Realians are what came after androids stopped being used. Realians are they are biological. They are flesh and bone and blood. But they are programmed, and they're basically synths. They are synthetic people, yeah, like Flair said. They are synthetic people. They are flesh and blood and bone, but they have mental programming. Their brains can be accessed. They have, like, wiring and circuitry throughout them. Only 9th when you are on a 48 hours without sleep. That is true. How is that? Just a temporary fix, though. Yes, I cannot express it appropriately, but I feel like some weight has been lifted. Everything feels a bit brighter. Thank you very much. They are like kind of like a Cylon, yes, except they are strictly subservient to the humans. Let's do it. Do you have any dizziness or anything? No, I'm fine. We are combat models. Even our training causes heavy wear and tear. Regular tune-ups like this are very much appreciated. I didn't really do much. Things seems particularly unusual. Are you not feeling well? I have been studying fables and proverbs, but I am unable to use them properly, and I'm always being laughed at. Your linguistic center doesn't seem to have any abnormalities. I must be thinking too much. They do say better safe than curry, so I figured it had nothing to do with being overly... Oh, I want to... Ooh, I gotta find a Japanese Let's Play of this game, because I want to see what Japanese proverbs they fuck up. Do you know any other proverbs? Others. Casting food before swine, adding insult to perjury, roast meat prey upon the meal. I don't even know what some of the proverbs, original proverbs are. She's screwing up. A soldier knowledgeable in proverbs taught me, is there something wrong with me after all? First, I think you should change teachers. This would be really interesting. Yeah, I really think that would be cool. I wish you guys didn't have to fight. You are very kind. I was developed for combat. To deny combat is to deny my very existence. You're right. I'm sorry if I said anything that confused you. If the world looks brighter to you, then you're fine. Met a streamer in Japan playing this game last week, but I can't understand Japanese. I speak a little Japanese. I would probably need some help with translating it, but I would be really, really interested to see what kind of Japanese proverbs they screw up and how they screw it up. Some light counseling. They seem to have no problems first glance. Errors show up when we try and install new software. Took 1 year. I took 1 year. I was clueless. I've been at it for about 2 years and I'm still basically clueless. You examine more closely, errors start showing up in their subconscious. In other words, the stress eventually gets to them. Basically, they're the same as infants. Yeah, so these guys are basically, they get born, they're around for like, they're born out fully formed and are like programmed and then are sent out there. But like, they experience stress, they experience pain, they experience emotions, they experience the human condition, but are fully subservient, and other things will come up later. But like, it's kind of screwed up. Your values are stable. I don't see any particular problems. Understood. I will return to my duties. How are these better than androids? It's a great question. My guess is, it's not really ever addressed in the game, at least not as far as I know. Like I said, I only played about the first half of this game, so I don't really know. My guess is that, well, first of all, organ transplants, you're not wrong. Secondly, I have a feeling that they're somehow cheaper to produce. I'm guessing in the third one. Okay, maybe they go into it in the third one. But my guess was always that they were somehow easier to produce than an android. I'm not sure how that would be true, but my guess is that somehow, like, because they're biological, they can like use a biological engine of some kind to like create them. I don't know if the game actually goes into it. Maybe it does in the third one, like Flair said. But like, that was always my guess. I really don't understand why it would be that like having a soldier of flesh and bone who can like be scared and experience stress and feel pain is better than like an android. I don't know why that would be. Why in this world they moved away from androids into using these things, I don't know. Back to you must have a much larger, more sophisticated tuning department in the Army. The Realians are becoming a more vital part of the force, so we're still way behind when it comes to maintenance and tuning. Lately, I find functional impediments occurring when communicating with a certain person. My pulse becomes rapid, perspiration increases, and I become unable to articulate well. The Cylons did the same thing. That's odd. I wonder if it's an OS, but weren't the, like, but the Cylons were like bad guys, right? They were like trying to like kill us and take us over. I never watched Battlestar Galactica. Doesn't hinder you in your normal duties. No, as long as I do not come into contact with that person, the abnormalities do not seem to appear. What could it be? Is that person spreading a virus or something? Who is this person? Alan, a member of Vector 1st R&D Division. Alan? I feel lightheaded whenever I see Alan, and I become confused and embarrassed and unable to converse normally. You have some interesting symptoms. She has a crush on Alan. The tech is like listening into our conversation. I don't. And Shion is clueless. She has no idea what the cause could be. Could it possibly be that Alan is emitting strange waves? Oh. She's way off base. Oh my god. Oh girl, me too. We love Alan. We stan Alan in this household. Wonder what's wrong. Your brainwaves seem to be chaotic. Ever since I was assigned to the Volglinde, I haven't been the same. I've slowly lost mental composure, and my big body has begun to manifest minute spasms. Shape of these waves. Could it be fear of battle? Yeah, they can experience fear. It was developed for combat. How could that be? Don't worry about it. There's nothing wrong with you. Emotion called fear is natural to all living things. Then for combat, feeling fear. Even the greatest, strongest soldiers feel fear and terror. To conquer your fears is key to becoming stronger, but I am a Realian. That doesn't matter. You're the same as us humans. Happen to be born differently, that's all.